Today, April 17th, 2025, gold prices in the US have hit a historic high of $3,370.90 per ounce, an all-time record that marks a 25% increase in just the first few months of the year. It's no longer just a prediction. Gold has officially become a beacon of hope in the stormy seas of finance, a place where investors are placing their trust amid countless risks. Gold may not be a get-rich-quick path, but it's a reliable umbrella in the rainy days of economic turmoil. If you're looking for a safe haven for your assets, something to shield you from long-term risks, gold is absolutely worth considering. If you're already holding gold, congratulations, you're in a great spot. But if you haven't started, yet don't worry. Let me share with you 3 inspiring stories of people who started with nothing but, like ants building slowly and steadily, have built real wealth over time. Let's dive right in. From broke to owning a homeland, $45,000 in gold and $200,000 in savings, all thanks to one simple habit. If you've ever doubted whether saving every dollar to buy gold could actually change someone's life, this story might offer a different perspective. Many people have turned their lives around with one humble habit: saving and buying gold. During uncertain times, economic downturns, unstable jobs, or unexpected crises, gold becomes more than just a safe haven asset. Each small piece of gold stored away isn't just a saving, it's a symbol of hope, a way for quiet dreamers to hold on to their future. This is the story of a woman named Lana, born in 1984, who started with absolutely nothing and built everything she has today with grit, patience, and gold. A woman, nearing 50, now owns a house, land, and over $200,000 in assets, all from a simple gold saving habit. In a popular personal finance group, Lana, now 41, shared her story. I was born in 1984. I had to drop out of school after 5th grade because my family was too poor. There were 7 of us siblings. I didn't even have a raincoat or warm clothes for winter. My sandals were tied together with wire. I started scavenging leftover rice, corn, and sweet potatoes at age 7 to help buy school supplies and clothes. After quitting school, I sold lemons, bananas, banana leaves, and pennywort from the fields. Even at that young age, I had this instinct to save. I gave my mum money, but also secretly stashed some away to buy gold, tiny amounts, maybe just 0.1 Oz at a time. By age 17, I had collected a long chain of small gold pieces, which I hid in a bamboo tube because we had nowhere else to keep it safe. At 17, I gave my mother 0.75 Oz of gold and took a 250 bus to Saigon, now Ho Chi Minh City. I had no relatives there. My family cried, thinking I might never come back. I started selling noodles, then eggs and herbal liquor. Later, I sold street food, then worked in a factory making school supplies. Eventually, I saved enough to buy small machines and opened my own shop. Over the years, I got married and sold iced tea, vermicelli soup, whatever I could. It was tough. I've slept on floors, gone days without eating. But month after month, I still saved 0.1 Oz, 0.2 Oz, sometimes more if we had a good month. I used that gold to buy land, which appreciated over time. Now at 41, I own a home worth around $170,000. A plot of land worth about $130,000, about 25 ounces of gold, and $200,000 in savings that help cover my family's living costs. My dad always told me, ants that keep carrying will eventually fill the nest. I carried, and now I'm finally tired, but grateful. A lifetime of discipline. That paid off. Lana's story is a reminder that even through a difficult childhood, hard work and disciplined saving can lead to real wealth. With just a simple monthly habit of buying gold, small amounts at a time, she now owns a $170,000 house, a $130,000 plot of land, 25 Oz of gold, $45,000, $200,000 in savings. What people are saying. Her story resonated deeply, with thousands of comments like, "So inspiring, money is important, but nothing beats health and family." I wish I had started buying gold from a young age, like her. She's smart, turning cash into gold, then real estate, that's next level. Respect, what a strong woman. Congratulations! You've earned your rest after all those years of struggle. Want to start saving? In gold? Here's what to know. In today's volatile economy with inflation on the rise, more people are turning to gold as a reliable way to preserve their wealth. But don't just follow the crowd blindly. Here's how to make smart gold investments. Know your goals, and time-frame gold saving is a long-term strategy. Ask yourself, why are you buying gold? To preserve value, hedge against inflation, save for the future. How long do you plan to hold it? How much of your total assets will go into gold? Important, don't go all in. Gold doesn't generate income like stocks or rental property. It's meant for protection, not fast wealth. Time your purchases. Don't chase the hype. Gold prices can be volatile. Watch the market, interest rates, and USD fluctuations. Tips: avoid buying when gold is all over the news. It might be peaking. Use dollar cost averaging. Buy small amounts regularly, monthly or quarterly. Buy when prices are stable or pulling back. Remember, you don't need to buy at the bottom, just stay consistent and patient. Store it safely. Gold is a physical asset and can be lost or stolen. Consider using secure storage from a bank or precious metal service. Investing in a high-quality home safe, keeping your gold ownership private and confidential. When buying, always use reputable dealers with clear pricing and documentation. Avoid risky online deals without secure terms. Gold won't make you rich overnight, but it can help you stay wealthy. Long-term gold is a tool, a way to protect your wealth over time. It's not flashy or fast, but if you stay disciplined, have a clear strategy, and think long-term, it could be a crucial part of your finance. How I turned spare change into real estate. A gold investment story. In a quiet suburb of Austin, Texas, lives Rachel M. Carter, a woman in her mid-30s with a story that's inspiring thousands of everyday Americans to rethink the way they handle their money. I never had a high-paying job, Rachel begins. My husband and I lived paycheck to paycheck for years, but I always had this weird obsession with gold. Not the jewelry kind, investment-grade gold. Rachel didn't start big. In fact, she didn't even have enough to buy a full gram of gold at first, but she had something even more valuable: discipline. Instead of spending every dollar she earned, Rachel made a decision: save at least $200 a month no matter what. I opened a short-term savings account first, 3-month CDs. The interest wasn't huge, but it was safe. Once I built up enough, I'd cash out and buy physical gold, just a tiny coin at a time. Her mindset, long-term. I wasn't chasing market prices. I didn't care if gold was up or down. I just wanted to stack it month after month, and I did, for 8 years straight. Rachel never all in her money into gold either. She always kept an emergency savings fund of at least $5,000 in a high-yield online savings account, just in case something went wrong. But something went right. By 2021, Rachel had amassed enough gold, around 18 ounces, to use as a down payment on 2 plots of land outside of San Antonio. One for her family's future home, and one as a surprise gift for her parents: retirement. When I saw that I could turn shiny little coins into solid land, that's when it hit me. I wasn't just saving anymore, I was building. From college gold to owning a home alone. Another powerful story comes from Ashley Nguyen, now 32, a small business owner in Sacramento, California. Ashley started buying gold in college, at a time when she was still working part-time jobs and living in a shared apartment. It was never a lot. Some months just $100, others maybe $250 if I skipped eating out, Ashley recalls. She stored her gold in a safe deposit box at her local bank. By the time she married in 2018, she already had over $12,000 worth of gold in her name. Ashley and her husband continued the habit together, increasing their monthly gold purchases as their income grew. But life threw them a curveball. In 2020, Ashley's husband was diagnosed with leukemia. Despite exhausting savings and maxing out insurance, he sadly passed in 2021. It was the hardest time of my life, she shares, but that gold, it gave me and my son a soft place to land. Ashley sold 10 ounces of gold, used part to relocate to her hometown in Fresno, and the rest to invest in a coffee shop business with her cousin. When gold prices peaked in 2023, she sold the remaining gold, and along with her savings bought a 2-bedroom condo in Sacramento, mortgage-free, gold for goals, not just for safety. Then there's Danielle Thompson, a 39-year-old entrepreneur from Chicago, who started buying gold in 2007 when she was making $2,000 a month as a retail assistant. Every month, she set aside at least $100, $150, sometimes buying half an ounce, sometimes just a small bar. Initially, it was for emergencies, to avoid credit card debt. But as she gained financial confidence, she started targeting specific milestones: buy a scooter, save gold, new family car, save gold, house down payment, save gold. By 2023, Danielle had saved enough gold to pay off the down payment of $100,000 for a townhouse in the city. No loan, no debt. I don't regret buying gold, ever. Some people chase stocks, others real estate. But for me, gold was my discipline, my vault of dreams. Takeaways for you. If you're wondering whether to invest in gold or put money into savings, maybe the answer is both. These stories prove that consistency beats timing. Small actions compound over time. Gold isn't about price, it's about purpose. Whether you start with $50 or $500 a month, the important part is starting. And like Rachel, Ashley, and Danielle, one day you might just trade those coins for keys to your future. I got divorced at 39 with only $1,000. Here's how I rebuilt my life, one tiny gold bar at a time. Gold didn't make me rich, but it taught me how to save, how to plan, and how to breathe again. Hannah Lee, 39, freelance bookkeeper. From Houston, Texas. Just a year ago, I walked out of a 12-year marriage with my 8-year-old son and $1,000 in my personal bank account. It wasn't a messy divorce. My ex-husband wasn't cruel. We simply stopped understanding each other. Somewhere along the way, I became invisible in my own life, especially when it came to money. He managed our savings, handled the investments, made all the big decisions. I got a small weekly allowance for groceries and personal needs, a phrase I now resent. I had no idea how much we saved or where the money went. I worked full-time, but I was never really in control. And so, when the marriage ended, the first thing I promised myself was this: I would never again feel powerless about money. Life after divorce, a budget. Built from scratch, I work as a freelance bookkeeper. My income isn't consistent. It ranges between $1,200 to $2,500 per month, depending on how many small businesses need their books done. During tax season, I make a little more, around $300 to $500 extra from part-time financial reports. Here's how I now split every dollar I earn. Fixed costs, about $800 a month. Rent for a small studio, $350. Food and school expenses for my son, $300, and basic utilities and gas, $150, flexible fund, $200. For unexpected stuff, medicine, school events, replacing a broken shoe, savings, and emergency. The rest $200, $500 depending on month. 70% of this goes into a savings goal, usually gold, and 30% goes into a small, high-yield savings account online. Why gold? I know, some people told me to get into stocks, crypto, or real estate crowdfunding, but for me, gold was simple, tangible, old school, and honest. I wasn't trying to beat the market. I just needed something to remind myself I was building a new life, slowly, month by month. So I made a small rule: buy at least half a gram of gold every month. One tiny bar, one small victory. If I had a good month, I'd buy a full gram. If things were tight, I'd use a micro savings app to set aside $10, $20 a week and cash it out at the end of the month to buy gold. I even made a gold calendar and taped it to my fridge. Every time I bought a bar, I'd color in that month like a kid finishing a sticker chart. What gold really taught me: self-control. By April this year, I had saved up 6 grams of gold. That's not a fortune, but you know what it is? It's 6 months where I didn't panic when my son got sick. It's 6 months where I didn't overspend on things to distract myself from being lonely. It's 6 months where I chose me over fear. I also learned to track my money like I track client books. I made a personal spreadsheet. I listed every boba tea, every late-night Amazon impulse. By being honest with myself, I found nearly 80 months in waste I could redirect into savings. A new kind of strong. I'm not trying to be a millionaire or a divorce comeback queen. I just want to walk past a jewelry store each month, walk in confidently, and buy a tiny piece of gold that says, "You made it through another month on your own. You're doing just fine." And I want to raise my son to see money not as something to fear or chase, but as something to understand, respect, and use wisely. Every month I give him $5 as his own money. He gets to save, spend, or stash it in his piggy bank. We talk about why he made each choice. I wish someone had taught me that earlier. What I've learned, and what I'd tell every woman starting over, start now. Even if it's just $5 a week. Track everything. Knowledge is power, especially when you're scared. Save something that's yours. It doesn't have to be gold. It can be a jar, an app, a coin, a note. Just let it represent your freedom. Because that's what wealth really is. Not money, but the ability to choose. Inspired by real stories like Hannah's. Subscribe to How I Made $1 Million for more powerful stories of ordinary people, taking control of their money, their life, and their future. Your next chapter could start today. Thank you so much for watching this video. So what about you? Are you thinking of saving up in gold right now? Leave a comment below and let's talk about it with everyone. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to hear more incredible stories of people who built wealth from nothing. Thanks again and see you in the next video.